Hey, good evening. I was doing nothing, so I thought I'd make a video, and I wanted to make this video for a couple of days now. Oh, you would have seen me playing harmonica in my younger days. That was a good decade ago. So that's that's yeah, that's what I used to look like when I was thinner and I had a bit more hair. Yeah, yeah, and um, yeah, that's the music side of me, which in my early 20s or 20s, yeah, around about when I was 20, I started getting into music, singing. I started singing and mixing music as kind of all young people do, and yeah, um, wanted to you know try and see where that led me, and of course you always want to do something to make yourself more um, attractive, I guess. Well, when you're young, yeah. So I started singing and mixing music. When I was about 22, I started playing harmonica. I started to learn harmonica, and most of it I learned by ear, and my styles have changed over the years. I started up with a bit more of a classical sound. It's not that common to play like classic classical harmonica on just a 10 hole diatonic. But um, yeah, just if you hit if you hit key notes, you can make it sound as sweet as you want without playing the actual melody. Yeah, and so I started teaching myself back then, and because I was playing with uni students, most of us weren't that deep into music theory. So yeah, we learned by ear and we learned by practicing and stuff like that. And yeah, we really got into it, and it was a big help to me because in my 20s, early 20s, I was battling depression, pretty heavy, and yeah, it was a good thing to get into. You could just play and uh, try and release whatever emotion and stress you had built up. As I said, there was no well, as I said in a earlier video, there wasn't really much awareness for depression in those days, or any mental issues, unless you were, you know, pretty out there, you know. But yeah, music really helped me through a lot of times, and I learned a lot, and it was it was it was a good thing to get into. Later on, towards the back end of my 20s, I kind of fell away from it because I was uh, distracted by other things. Uh, you can guess, but yeah, and then in my uh, as soon as I turned 30, some other things came up, and I ended up stopping. I stopped. I stopped playing for enjoyment, and I started working more, and well, in the intro, in the first intro, you can see my place, and that took a lot of work to get up to that point, because when we first moved here, it was just a flat dead land, and yeah, it took a lot of work. And my dad, he kind of made himself sick from working too much, and then after he was coming down, that's when I took over. So I was always balancing work and music and my social life. Often I would get home from um, practice or meetings, and I would just go straight into the garden from there in whatever I was wearing. So whatever good clothes I had, they ended up, getting dirty. But I was too slack to come in and get changed, because that is a whole other mission for a disabled person, changing your clothes. Yeah, that's so we try and find the easiest way to do things, and yeah, for me it was just uh, working in whatever clothes I was in. But yeah, I always, I had all this music gear, and I used to mix music and play over tracks and stuff like that. After because finding people to play with when you're a harmonica player isn't. You've got to be, yeah. You need a person to play with, unless you're playing like yeah, like broken blues where you sing along, or but as in, yeah, harmonica playing isn't so much playing a song, as in it's more filling in and filling in the sound, and trying to you know uh, come in when you can. uh, yeah, so um, it's it's not a an instrument that you just get out and say, oh, let's play something. Or yeah, you kind of have to back it up with some vocals or rhythm or something. Yeah, so but that was the instrument of my choice, and that was a victory in itself, because as I said, I had so many breathing issues when I was younger, and I remember my mother actually sat us down um, with a couple of other kids, and said we were kind of picking out what instruments we wanted to get into, and yeah, so everyone was, naming their instruments, and I said, um, and it got around to me, and my mother was a sweet woman at times, but yeah, she uh, yeah, well, when black mothers, they can be harsh and very loving at the same time, and that's just how they are. That's why yeah, that's why uh, you get ready to take hard lessons from a black mother. Yeah. So anyway, she she said, "Oh, do you want to play some shakers?" Because she 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 knew I had use of this hand, and I was like, I really want to play the harmonica, and she didn't discourage me in it, but she didn't think that I could, you know, um, manage it with my breathing issues. But I did, and I did end up taking it up in my early 20s, and although I didn't practice as much as I should have, at the end, I really enjoyed it, and I became, successful at it. The style I was playing when I first started, it was like something original, and it wasn't too bluesy. It wasn't bluesy at all. In fact, I hated note bending, and I was more into a sharp, crisp sound. But yeah, as I got older, uh, as I grew into it, the blues started, coming through, because that's really all you can play with by yourself, unless you want to play, old tunes and stuff like that. Um, yeah, but it was a thing. It was just one of those things that no one thought I could do, and I ended up doing it. Yeah, so you whatever I wanted to do, that, of course I didn't want to look foolish in picking what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't say I wanted to do something that was unreachable. I wanted to do something I could do if I worked at it properly. So that's why I took up harmonica, and yeah, that's why I still play a little. It's not anything you can forget in a hurry. Yeah, there's only 10 holes, and you yeah, you get the feel of it, and you just play what's in your head. But yeah, I had a heap of fun playing with different people, and yeah, from the time I was 20 to 30, that was just one of my other experiences. And yeah, I learned a lot, but yeah, once as most uh, musicians will tell you, that they other things come up, and you fall away from your instrument, and yeah, that's the way it happens. And I started working more, because I had yeah, I had a lot to do outside here, and yeah, and my work was more important to me than my instrument. These come in keys, so it's not the easiest instrument to switch on, because you have to buy different keys, and you play different positions if you don't have the right key. And yeah, that's a hassle, because you can't buy just one. You have to buy several at least. Just it depends what chord you're playing in, and the band's playing in, and yeah, so you have to switch up a lot, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, you get around it. And the guys I was playing with, they helped me, switch up when I was in between songs, and it was good. It was good. And that's what I used to do in music. And yeah, I did a lot of recordings, which some of them I lost, and some of them I still have, and they're yeah, they remind me of younger days, and and good times. So yeah, that's so maybe one day I'll pick it up again, and I'll you know play with someone, and I'll chuck you a video on my channel one day maybe. Yeah, but anyway, that's me, and yeah. Thank you.